What's going on, guys? I am Stock Sniper Mike, and it is a new week, new month. What a month it was in the books for April. The overall market got very ugly, but the snipers were able to stay consistent, having another green week in the books. How we do it? From the weekly watch list. This week we're going to dive in to our weekly watch list to review the top stocks we are looking at for the upcoming month and the week to start the new trading month of May. For those of you guys that don't know where to find this list, we have a great team of traders on our website or on the App Store or Google Play. And today we're going to bring you into the App Store. The website is www.thestocksnipers.com, or like we said, today we are jumping into the Stock Snipers app. So when you click on it, you'll get jumped into everything we have to offer. But today we're going to review our weekly watch list. And that's posted every single Sunday afternoon with about 10 or more stocks that we think have the most potential to make us money in the upcoming week. And we already got a great start with this watch list with the first one on there now. Happy Cinco de Mayo for those of you guys that are watching this after May 5th. We got ourselves a great holiday to start. Don't drink too much tequila though. The market is still open on Friday. So let's dive into the list. This month is a new month, so we loaded the list up with tons of stocks here. So this is a very juicy one. We actually divided it up in different sectors because as a sniper, we like to take advantage of what's hot and what's not. And usually sectors seem to heat up all together as one. So we got the cannabis sector on here that we'll go over. We have the Bitcoin sector we'll go over a little bit, as well as the oil related sector. So three hot sectors that happened in the past year, and now we're going to keep looking at them and see if they can heat back up in May. But to start it off, we're going to start with OTC penny stocks, our bread and butter, and really what has made us our profit from 500 to crossing over 230K. So let's start off with OTC penny stock NWBO. And our favorite one of the week so far, because this is one we actually were able to take advantage of over the weekend. So if you jump into NWBO at chart, you get to see that it actually broke a multi-month breakout, a sniper pattern that we like to take advantage of when it breaks 3 months or longer. This one was a 3-month breakout and then eventually turned into a 6-month. We decided to buy it during power hour as it crossed back over $1 because a couple weeks ago it actually spiked to 105 and then consolidated above 90 cents. A lot of people were probably shorting it when it was in that area, thinking it's going to drop because the overall market's dropping. But it got a very nice spike on Friday back above $1, and that's where we bought it. It definitely put short squeezers on their heels because Money Monday started with a nice spike and continuation. We actually were able to sell for a nice 15% plus, almost 20% there, from 102 all the way up to 119, making over $1,200 to start the new week in NWBO. And now with the other stocks that we're looking at, let's see if we can replicate NWBO. It's definitely a possibility. The next one we're looking at is OTC penny stock DPLS. This is one that has 5 straight red days. We're looking for the first green day and possible bounce off long-term support of 0.35. This next one is a sub penny stock, which means you literally have to cut a penny in half to buy this stock. And this one is below a half a penny. It's actually at 0.038 52-week lows. We like it because it's had multiple red days and multiple downward days, and it looks like it needs to have that momentum shift anytime now. We're not going to say go catch the falling knife, but when the first green day does happen, we're going to look to take advantage of it here in INND. Now let's jump onto some listed stocks because we were doing pretty good with the options and how crazy the overall market has been going. Last week on the weekly watches list, we nailed Netflix. It actually bounced beautifully on the first green day, and this week we're going to be looking for these stocks to create that first green day like Netflix last week. The first one is like everyone knows about Amazon. They ended the week with the horrible earnings and dropped 14%. So with that being said, we know it's going to bounce very soon. We're not trying to tell you to buy it right away on Monday, but when that first green day does happen, we're going to be looking to take advantage of those options. The next big company we're looking at, a lot of people use them out there for their music streaming, is Spotify. Spotify is making new all-time lows, dropping all the way below $100 last week. This stock was literally trading at $300 not even 6 months ago. Now we're dropping all the way to the hundreds. We're looking for that first green day and turn around back above $100. This one is definitely one we think is oversold, and we will try to take advantage of it if we get the first green day this week. This next one is another huge EV related listed stock that everybody knows about, the good old Elon Musk Tesla stock. It got crazy runs the past 2 years, and now it's coming down a little bit. Every time it comes down, it usually gets a nice push, and short squeezers get punished. So that's what we're looking for here. This one now has 4 straight red days. We're going to be looking for another red day to start the new week in Money Monday, but we do believe that these stocks will be able to curl if they get 1 or 2 more red days to start the new week. Now let's start jumping into sector momentum. And last week we saw some sector momentum in the oil sector as USO created 4 straight red days and started to creep back up to $80. Last time it creeped above $80, all of these listed stocks below actually pushed very nicely and squeezed on first green days, and we'll be looking for that this week if USO can make that move. The stocks are IMPP, CEI, INDO, HUSA, MXC, and NINE. And we also are watching one OTC penny stock that actually was able to make a great move in the past 2 weeks. And this is OTC penny stock ZNOG, running from 11 cents all the way up to 20 cents now, and 24 is multi-month breakout. So if it creeps back to 24 cents, we're going to be looking to take advantage of ZNOG. The next sector we're going to talk about for the upcoming month is the Bitcoin sector. A lot of people know about this sector because it went crazy the past 2 years. It is now starting to cool off a bit, and it usually follows the overall market. With the overall market falling the way it does, this is not going to be bouncing anytime soon unless the market gets a nice bounce. And we do think the market's going to see somewhat of a bounce in the middle of the week this week. If that gets a nice bounce, maybe Bitcoin gets that bounce with it. So we're going to be looking for these stocks to follow up if that does happen. The first one is a penny stock that we've just recently played and made over $1,000 off of when it broke past 10 cents. And this is AABB, a Bitcoin related stock that's holding nice support of 9 cents. If it does drop 9 cents, 8 cents is a long-term support. We'll be looking for the first green day spike back above 10 cents. This next one is a Bitcoin related broker out there that a lot of people know about, famous for selling and famous because you can go and buy and sell your Bitcoin on this exchange. This is Voyager, VYGVF. They have had a horrible year now, coming all the way from the 30s back to $3. We're going to be looking for the bounce off of this area, looking for a first green day, especially with all the downward days that we've had here in Voyager. And then the last one is another listed stock that we are going to be looking at, as well as the other listed stocks like Amazon and Tesla above. This one is Coinbase, COIN, another broker just like Voyager that has been getting drained since coming onto the overall market and IPOing back almost a year ago. Now it's coming all the way down to $120 lows, all-time lows. We're not trying to say catch this falling knife, but when the market bounces, this is probably going to get a very nice bounce. So we'll be watching coin options for that bounce. And last but certainly not least is our favorite sector, why we started trading in the first place, because of this sector, the good old cannabis sector. And honestly, if you look at the cannabis sector, the stocks we're about to bring up are very, very oversold and look like they are so due for a nice run and a couple green days. And that's what we're looking for in this week, and if it doesn't happen this week, definitely in this month. Usually we like to pay attention to TLRY, that's the sector leader, the listed cannabis stock, and it dropped from $9 all the way down to $5 in the famous month of April, where we have the famous holiday 420, and New Jersey actually started selling recreational cannabis on 421. So big things happened in April, but no movement from the cannabis sector. We're going to be looking for the movement in the upcoming month, especially with all of these stocks below oversold. TCNNF's got 8 straight red days, 7 straight red days, and making new 52-week lows. CRLBF, 4 straight red days, making new 52-week lows. GTBIF coming down to 52-week lows. Planet, we actually went and visited in Las Vegas. PLNHF owns the biggest dispensary in the world. They're down to 197 52-week lows. It's crazy to be able to see what's going on with these stocks because they're actual dispensaries that are selling tree. They do have an actual company behind them. So we are a fan of them in a way, but we don't want to try to catch a falling knife like we were just saying before. The last 2 cannabis stocks we're watching is Charlotte's Web. A lot of people know them because of the first ever CBD, all CBD based company. It'll be nice to see if they could spike back above $1. We used to play this stock literally back in the $10. Now it's coming below $1 here, so amazing to be able to see how far it's come down. And then last but not least, the cannabis sector leader. Keep an eye on TLRY. If TLRY spikes back above 530-ish, 550-ish, we're going to be looking for all of these stocks to start the run in the first green days and the momentum shift back up.